Welcome to your deep dive. We got a ton of requests from you all to cover this new AI, Chief. Seems like everyone's calling it a breakthrough in cancer research, and yeah, it's got our attention too, but let's, unpack it a little.
And there is a lot to unpack for sure. This isn't just another AI in medicine. It's different. It feels different.
You got that right. So, for anyone tuning in who hasn't heard all the buzz, give us the one sentence explainer. Why is Chief such a big deal?
Okay, so imagine, right, a future where one AI can diagnose tons of different cancers just from images, and it's as accurate as the top specialists out there. That's what Chief is aiming for.
Wow, okay, that's a bold claim right out of the gate. So, are we saying no more biopsies, no more anxious waiting for lab results?
Well, hold on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're not quite there yet. Chief's still in the early stages, but it's showing some really promising, really exciting results. Look, this isn't about replacing doctors. It's about giving them a seriously powerful new tool.
So more like a second opinion, but from an AI that's seen more tumor images than any human ever could.
Exactly. And not just any images. We're talking a massive data set, millions of images, covering 19 different types of cancer. That's actually a big part of what makes Chief so unique. A lot of AI models in this field, they specialize in just one type of cancer, maybe even just one task. But Chief, it's incredibly versatile.
Okay, well, let's dive into those capabilities then, because the articles we got, they highlight some pretty mind-blowing stuff, and it's not just about detecting cancer, is it?
You're right. Chief can potentially do way more than just tell you if cancer is there or not. One of the most exciting things about it is that it might be able to predict a tumor's genetic profile just from the images.
Wait, seriously, it's like doing the work of those super expensive genetic tests, but just by looking at a picture.
That's what has researchers so fired up. Think about it. You could be able to give someone truly personalized cancer treatment, even if they can't afford those genetic tests or don't have access to them.
That's huge, especially for people in, parts of the world where those tests are hard to come by. Now, when we talk about accuracy, is this where that 96% figure everyone's been quoting comes in?
Right, that 96% accuracy rate, that's specifically for cancer detection, which on its own is already really impressive. In the clinical trials, Chief was able to say yes cancer or no cancer correctly in 96 out of 100 cases.
Okay, yeah, starting to see why this is turning heads. But if it's also trying to predict genetic profiles, is there a chance those predictions aren't as accurate?
It's a good question, and honestly, it's something researchers are still working on fully figuring out. But here's what we do know. In those same trials, Chief identified mutations in 54 common cancer genes with over 70% accuracy. And for some specific genes, certain types of cancer, that accuracy was even higher.
70%, I mean, that's still really impressive when you consider how much of a difference that could make for people, especially if it means more folks getting access to personalized medicine, right?
Absolutely. And the key thing to remember here is that this is still early days. As researchers continue training Chief, feeding it even more data, that accuracy, that's only going to go up.
It really feels like we're witnessing a potential turning point in cancer treatment, doesn't it? This is honestly blowing my mind, all the things Chief could potentially do. But even those genetic predictions, those are still things doctors use now to, figure out treatment plans, right? What really got me in these articles was how Chief might actually discover things we didn't even know to look for in the first place.
Yeah, that's what makes this AI so different, so groundbreaking. One thing that really jumped out in those articles was how Chief analyzes the what they call the tumor microenvironment. Basically, think of it like the neighborhood where the tumor lives. Chief doesn't just look at the tumor itself, it's analyzing all the surrounding cells and tissues too, which, get this, can give clues about how aggressive a cancer might be.
So it's like what? The tumor is sending out signals to its neighbors, and Chief can listen in on those conversations?
Kind of. What's amazing is that just from analyzing those images, Chief saw something researchers hadn't picked up on before. It found this link between how many of a certain type of immune cell were present in that tumor microenvironment and how long patients survived. Like, the more of those immune cells, the longer people tended to live.
Hold on. It's finding a connection between how strong someone's immune response is and their chances of survival just by looking at pictures of the tumor and what's around it.
It really is.
Yeah.
And look, we already knew the immune system and cancer were connected, but the fact that Chief figured this out on its own, just from images, without any info about the patient's actual immune response, that's huge. Shows you how powerful its analysis is.
It's like it's seeing these hidden patterns, hidden clues in these images that even the most experienced oncologist might miss. And that opens up so many doors, not even just for diagnosing and treating cancer, but for really understanding it at a much deeper level.
100%. Like, this discovery could be huge for developing new immunotherapies, the treatments that boost your own body's immune system to fight the cancer. And that's just one example. Who knows what other insights Chief might uncover as it learns more, as it gets even better.
It's like we've given cancer researchers this whole new lens to look through, and we're just starting to see what it can do.
Mm.
Speaking of which, those articles mentioned the team at Harvard is already working on making Chief even more powerful, right?
Yeah, they are. Right now, it's all about cancer.
Mm.
But they're talking about a future where it could diagnose and analyze all sorts of diseases, even stuff that's not cancer.
Wow. So this could, like, revolutionize other areas of medicine, too. What are some of the specific ways they're hoping to, like, upgrade it?
One thing they're working on is training Chief on rare diseases, the ones that are really tough to diagnose accurately and quickly. They're also trying to train it to spot those precancerous tissues, which, imagine that, catching cancer before it even really develops.
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Talk about early detection.
Right. And that's not all. They also want to feed Chief more of that molecular data, the really detailed stuff about the cells. So it could maybe predict not just if a treatment will work, but also if there might be side effects and what those might be.
It's like having a crystal ball for cancer treatment, but one that runs on AI. Sounds like they're really going for it, trying to build an AI tool that can be used at every stage of a patient's experience with cancer.
Exactly. But you know what else is really impressive? They're making sure Chief is as adaptable as possible.
What do you mean?
Well, remember we were talking about how it can analyze both those tiny biopsy samples and those bigger tumor samples they take out during surgery?
Yeah.
So it turns out the accuracy doesn't really change much based on how good the image quality is.
So even if a hospital doesn't have, like, the absolute latest, greatest equipment, Chief can still be super helpful.
That's what it looks like. The Harvard team, they made sure to train Chief on a really wide range of digital images, so it can do its thing even with images that aren't, perfectly crisp and high-tech.
That is amazing. Makes a huge difference when we're talking about making this technology available to everyone. Building a great tool is one thing, but making sure everyone can actually benefit from it, no matter where they are or what resources they have access to, that's something else.
I'm with you there. And that's what makes Chief so exciting. It's not just pushing the boundaries of AI, it's about using that technology to actually help people, to make a difference.
This has been an amazing look at what Chief could do, what AI could do for cancer research. This technology has the potential to totally change how we think about diagnosing cancer, treating it, even just understanding what it is. It's almost like, I don't know, hard to even imagine what this could mean, right? If Chief can do even half of what these articles are saying, it's huge.
It really makes you think about things differently, that's for sure. And the thing is, this isn't just some cool tech, right? It's about taking that tech and using it to actually, help people. The idea that we could make these really sophisticated cancer diagnostics available to everyone, that's incredibly exciting.
Yeah, I mean, right now, all that stuff, the genetic testing, the personalized treatments, it's really only an option for, like, people who can afford it or who happen to live in the right place. But Chief could change all that.
Exactly. Imagine like a doctor in a small town, right? They can use Chief and get the same information about their patient's cancer as a specialist at some big cancer center in a big city. That's the kind of future we could be talking about here.
A future where everyone gets the best possible care, no matter where they live, how much money they have. That's powerful.
It really is. And it shows you what AI can do when we, really think about how we use it. It's not about getting rid of doctors or saying human judgment doesn't matter. It's about giving healthcare providers better tools so they can make even better decisions.
It's like medicine, but like a whole new era of medicine where human knowledge and AI, they work together to fight these diseases.
And that's what we should all take away from this, right? This isn't just about Chief or cancer. It's about how we do medicine. When we use our knowledge, our tech, to create something new, something better.
It's about creating a future where everyone has a chance to be healthier. Well, that was quite a deep dive. And it feels like we're just getting started, right? Who knows what Chief will be able to do down the road. Thanks for coming on the show. This has been a fascinating conversation.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.